And welcome back. Well, it's time now for Money Sense with Ellenbecker Investment Group. Well, the best way to achieve your financial goals is to map them out. But how do you do that? Our next guest says a vision board is a great way to do that, especially if you have an eye on retirement. It's also fast and free as a way to help you manage money and make it grow. Karen Ellenbecker is the president of the Ellenbecker Investment Group, and she's back with this vision board. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I love this idea.
I have to say the laughter. I was standing back there laughing hysterically. So
well, you've heard Molly's laugh firsthand, so you know that one. But isn't that great?
Yeah, it's absolutely great. And, you know, talking just about laughter, we talk about the vision board. So many people that are looking to retire, they're looking forward to it, and they've got all this energy about it. But they're retiring from something, not to something. And that's what we're really talking about today, is that laughter, keeping the laughter going once you retire. Because people become very sad. They feel that they've lost that opportunity for their friendships and bringing value. So it's really important to think about retirement and to think about what it looks like when you get up and you don't have anywhere to go.
Well, and are they losing some of their friendships because they can't afford to go out and do the same things as some of their friends?
No, because so many people's friendships are at work.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're at work. I mean, that's where they've been every day.
Yeah.
And so when they give up those friendships, they don't see them every day. They have and they have a loss of purpose.
Yeah.
So it's really having things to do, but most people can't think about, what do I want to do?
Right. It should be the easiest thing ever. Now you're not working anymore. You should have a list. But for you, you're saying instead have a vision board. And for people who aren't familiar with a vision board, this is the financial one that you brought today. Just point out what the categories are.
Well, this one here is things that you want to do sooner in your life, and they don't cost much money. This is something you want to do sooner, but it's going to cost more, like maybe a big trip.
Okay.
Over here is something that you can do later that doesn't cost much money, maybe exercise in the morning. And here is something over here in this box that's going to cost more money that you're going to do later. Like it might be a second house.
Right.
It might be something else, or you want to travel around the country in an RV. And the thing that's so much fun about it is I have all these cards.
Okay.
And so this one here is meditating.
Hold it up real straight.
So this one is meditating. And as you could see, you could really do that tomorrow, and it doesn't cost any money.
So and this is really kind of symbolic of things that you want to do that visually kind of remind you of things that are going to make you happy or that you want to do in these certain categories, right?
And here's another one that's photography. Now, I took up photography, but I haven't been doing it, and I want to travel. So for me, this would be something that I want to do sooner, but it's definitely going to cost me more money to do it.
Right.
And so that would go in that box. And here's just another one, an RV, someone that might want to go around the country and travel. This would be something that's probably going to be later and also would cost more money. And there's just everything that you can imagine. And there was one in here that was so much fun that I was doing it with one of my clients, and it was a great picture of food. And I said, oh, you know, I want to take cooking classes when I retire. And she looked at me and she said, I've been cooking my whole life. I want to go out to dinner.
Swap. You got different boxes.
So these cards will mean different things to different people. And there's theater in here. And here's a beautiful one, sailing. I mean, this might be someone who wants to sail soon, but it might be someone that wants to sail around the world.
And you say just start with identifying 5 to 10 goals. If you start with that, and truly the benefits to writing goals down, I bet you see that all the time, financially or otherwise, that once you put them to paper, they kind of commit and they manifest.
Yes, and some of these you'll look and you'll go, I never even thought that I would like to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really fun is if you are married, if you have a spouse, a significant other, do it together, or each do one. You do one and your spouse does one, and come together and see what your goals really actually look like. It is, I always say, over a great glass of wine, it's wonderful conversation. And Tiffany, some of my friends and clients have taken this and done it with their children.
Smart. I have a vision board at home. It's not a financial one, but there are financial things on there. But I find the value to be just out of this world of having a vision board.
Well, you can imagine if all of a sudden you are maybe terminated, or you lose your job, or something happens that changes the plan that we have.
Yes.
And that's happened to a lot of my clients, and it's like, what do I do now? And start planning early and thinking about it, giving yourself goals. There's so many things on there that you wouldn't even have thought that you might have enjoyed enjoy doing. And I actually have one here for a set for you and a set for Molly. Here's one a family.
Love
I
that.
mean, so many people want to retire, and I have clients that say, when I retire, I want to take care of my grandkids. I want to do more. Or I want to travel with my kids. You'll look at this, and you can actually sit down and take a little bit of time and say, well, what do I really want to do with my children? Not just this statement, I want to do things with my kids. You actually might sit down and say, I want to do these 4 things with my children.
Put those in the category.
Yeah, and we've got some extra little ones in here that you can write what you want, and here's one for volunteerism.
Love that.
So it's just to get you thinking, and it's hard to get people to cut things out. You've probably cut things out of magazines.
Because sometimes you're trying to find some of these things. You're thinking, what do I really want? And you have important steps to help people do it. We're almost out of time, but I want to kind of run through them. The first one is just daydreaming. Then start collecting. Go through magazines. Find these kinds of pictures. Do you offer these to people, your clients?
We do them for our clients, with our clients.
Then you've got to edit, you know, kind of bring things down to size, make them fit your vision board, probably cut things out and prioritize as well. Commit to them, revisit it often. How often do you tell people to revisit their vision board?
Well, you know, what they normally do is they do them and they bring them back to us, and then we start talking about them, and financially, how can we make them happen? And so I think just keeping them out, I've had clients who have just like framed them and put them places that they see them all the time. And the beautiful thing of this is you can change it.
Yes.
You can grow, and you know, if you don't have a vision, how will you get there? You have a vision when you're traveling. And it's the same thing as you're really trying to put something in place that is going to fulfill you in retirement, but as well as now. As I said, for those people who find themselves a little bit lost, don't know what to do, this works great.
Map it out. You got to map it out and plan it. All right, so here's the information so people can contact you. I just think this is a wonderful thing for people to know. And if you need help planning your financial future, or you don't feel comfortable with your current financial advisor, call Ellenbecker Investment Group. They'll take all the time you need to feel comfortable and safe discussing your specific situation. Here's the information for Ellenbecker Investment Group. It's 262-691-3200. And make sure to watch out for your new office, which is opening up in Whitefish Bay this summer. So congrats on that.
Thanks.
Thanks, Karen. All right.